Voltron Network.
So, shall we begin?
You are now tuned into Talking at the Movies with your hosts, Eddie, Salim, and Mo.
If you do anything, you drown it out.
So, guys, Mo's got this really weird sound.
It's a robot ghost.
A robot motor ghost.
Yes.
Yeah, and we don't know what it is and where it's coming
It's a
from.
ghost.
It can't be a robot ghost. That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
For
Where
a
do
robot.
dead robots go?
Okay, whatever it is, you know what?
You just give up.
Yeah,
You just say that. I just don't.
I don't. Yeah, after that, what you just said about robot ghosts thrown me completely off.
Yeah, he's scared. He's scared now. Look at him.
I'm not scared of robot. I'm scared of friggin' the Orville episode that I saw. Get your fingers out of my nose, Eddie.
You know. What?
They went down towards my nose. Don't try to touch me.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Talking at the Movies. I'm Eddie Santonio, your host.
It's your boy, Salam.
And it's knowledgeable Mo.
Wait a minute, did you just hear that with the way he said it? Your host! So, and he's telling
He's the
us
host.
to, yeah, it's
You reminded me,
No.
because, guys, you didn't get an episode last week because I was tied up, occupied, so I trusted.
Tell me what you were doing.
I was at a birthday party,
Yes.
and I was visiting my mother.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and there was
That was
time
the
in
weekend.
between too. We tried
And the rest
to,
of that was taken up by work.
Right, and Eddie
So I
said
entrusted hosting duties to my friend Salah, my good friend.
no. So he said,
Right.
okay, he wants us to be the host. Now you know that
Sounds like
if
an
you-
old lady with a
if you
VHS machine.
if you listen to
Figure out how to set the
piss off. If you listen to the episode, any of our episodes, you know what I'm like as a host. I'm not very good. Mo, on the other hand, is extremely professional. So our chemistry wouldn't work. Eddie is the balance. Eddie is the hope of the show.
Matter. If I end up in hospital,
Oh yeah, then we
you're
got a
gonna
problem.
bring all the equipment to the hospital and maybe
Yes.
like sit there while I'm airing the ventilator.
Because we don't have the passwords or anything. In fact, we should probably make
could
sure that's
upload it.
documented.
Yeah, we probably yeah.
Yeah, but what happens if you get hit by a bus and become like a ghost?
Anything else that's gonna
Actually, you know what? That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Because I had a dream. I was telling Eddie I had a dream
Your
that
dream, like,
there's
you
this
killing
plane.
Eddie.
Yeah, he dreams about me dying.
There's this plane. It fell from the sky. I swear to you, God, it's no go. I'm not even joking. It fell, and Eddie was crushed by this plane.
It's a wish.
Huh?
That's a wish. That's like deep down feelings that I wish you
I
would
wish.
just go away.
No, I don't, because then we wouldn't have a host, and that would be a problem. So he died. So now that it gets me thinking, if he did die, what would we do? Will we just end the podcast?
You would just turn this into Bollywood and
So-
just take the subscribers over there.
This is not my subscribers
Well, no,
will be
we're
coming
going to
in.
have to stipulate, Eddie, unfortunately, you're not allowed to die.
It's looking that way. It's looking that way. So, guys, what's happening?
Nothing much, to be honest. I think it's been a bit of a dead week for me. I haven't really watched much.
You've had 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. So what have I been
We
watching?
spent half an hour talking about why we didn't record last
Yeah.
week.
So I think, apart from what I saw here, I actually haven't
Nothing.
been watching anything.
2 weeks, you haven't watched anything. You just go home, stare at the wall, stare at the plate of.
Can
Lettuce that you
I
eat.
think about what I've been watching, because
You've had 2 weeks to think about it.
Literally, don't do anything. You just.
I know I've been watching something, but I don't know what it was. Okay, so I saw last week's episode of Discovery.
Star Trek Discovery.
And it got me thinking, I want that look of Captain
I haven't
Kirk.
seen that episode. So
No, but you know
Pike.
Pike. So you know Captain Kirk. You know Pike.
Kirk and Pike were a couple.
Right, okay, you know Pike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Captain Pike. You know his hairstyle, he's got the grey coming down. It's a
Yeah.
bit more, at the front, it's
Yeah.
more visible.
Yeah.
I think I want to go for that look.
Well, then stop dyeing your hair.
No, but because his hair, it's kind of not that silvery, but it's kind of dark from the top. But at the front, it's all, Do you reckon I look good like that?
Ever makes you happy, so I have no idea.
I think you should probably go with a goatee as well, with the grey hair look.
So going back to the episode, I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was like the worst Discovery episode of the season.
Dude, man, I was well pumped at a certain point.
What did you like about that episode?
Oh, it's difficult to say because I've got a granny here on my left-hand side who's going to start complaining if I say anything to do with it. Look, can I
Did
say
you not
something?
just find the whole concept of the episode just stupid?
Yes.
Do you not think like you've got these people or these things, right, that can cross an interdimension?
Yes.
They can recreate like human DNA in a cocoon, right? Bring a dead person back to life. Yet they can't fucking.
It's a bit too much for you, Eddie.
They can't work out what's destroying their home.
Oh,
They
those
can,
guys.
They can do all of that, but they
Yeah.
can't work out. This poor guy is just trying to like survive and defend himself.
Yeah, and especially the way he was, because he didn't even... Actually, I can't keep it going into it because if I say anything, and he's got this like dirty smile like...
I'm just reading.
Oh, cool. So, the thing is that... I mean, it'd be different if he freaking looked like a monster.
Exactly.
Anyway, I liked the episode,
Oh.
and I liked the fact that that little assistance
It
that they
just
got.
did not work on like any level.
So
The only good bit about that episode was like all the Captain Giorgio stuff.
So all we watched was one episode of Star Trek.
I think I watched other things, but I just can't remember what it was.
Mo, save us.
Right.
Please.
So, normally I bring it with TV stuff, but this past couple of weeks, I've been watching some films. Some old, some new.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You've been doing a little rediscovery
Yeah.
with Quentin Tarantino, all the
Yeah.
stuff that you never saw, all the
Yeah, so
essential
shall I go with the
viewing.
Tarantino first stuff then? Seeing as that's where you like
Yes,
me.
yes.
My favourite
So-
filmmaker, my favourite director.
It actually dawned on me that I hadn't seen anything past Kill Bill 2.
Jeez.
So, I
But
decided...
even stuff before that you said you hadn't seen either.
Well, no, I've seen the Tarantino movies. I haven't seen the things like,
But-
Four Rooms or
No,
Grindhouse or...
But like, Reservoir Dog, you said
Yeah,
you
I've
hadn't
seen that. I've seen Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah,
I've
you've seen
Jackie
all the other
Brown.
stuff.
I've seen Pulp Fiction.
Oh, you just got to remember.
Yeah, I've seen all of those. I just hadn't seen what came after. So I started to remedy that and watched Inglourious Bastards.
Okay. What did you think?
Absolutely fan-fucking-tastic.
Awesome film.
Just, you go in thinking, like, you have this preconception that the movie's going to be a particular way, right? Because it's a Tarantino
Never
movie,
what you
and
think.
it's nothing like that.
Never
right?
what you think.
Nothing at all. And right up until the end, you are left guessing as to whether what they're trying to do is actually going to happen,
Yeah.
or are they going to stick with like reality,
Real
right?
history.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
and it just goes mental.
Every part of it, every little story that's in it, because it's almost kind of like Pulp Fiction, not
Yeah.
so much, but kind of in the sense that it's these like different
stories,
stories
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of interweave.
But they have.
But each one could be its own movie at the beginning, just the beginning
Yeah.
with the guy hiding the Jewish get people under his house.
Yeah, brilliant.
And the Germans coming,
Yeah.
just the tension of him just pouring them milk and having a little
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. Oh, he's a
Brilliant.
wicked actor though. That guy,
He is.
so good, so good.
Christopher Waltz.
Yeah, something like that. And the fact that even he's seen where he's, like where he's interrogating the actress.
Yeah.
And he just makes her reach into the pocket and she realises what's going on. And that whole scene in the tavern was just brilliant.
Great.
And the fact that a little thing like the way he does a 3 on his hand gives him away.
Yeah, fuck it. That whole thing as well. Yeah. Just,
I think this was the first time I probably really enjoyed like a Brad Pitt sort of performance.
Really?
Because it wasn't like his pretty boy, the normal sort of one that he
Yeah,
does.
it's
He
good.
does that whole accent.
he hasn't really done the Pretty Boy film.
No,
for
yeah,
a long time.
Yeah, I think all the ones I've probably seen,
Also
that's
see
like
what's
what he's
young.
done. Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably haven't seen a lot of his.
But he
like,
really
newer
goes
films.
out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, that whole accent, that it's like it's such a different role for him. It's just superb, and you've also got to give it to the French lady. I forget her name. Was it Emmanuelle Petit or something like that? Yeah.
I think it's Sosana or something.
Such a great actress,
Yeah, that
right?
cinema scene.
Yeah, just so brilliant, and there's that whole thing that she does about hatching this plan, getting revenge for her family, and the way she just has disdain and for the Germans.
Do you feel for that German guy, the guy who was made the hero that was on the
I
gun
did
tower?
not,
They
actually.
They tried to paint him as a
Yeah, but right at the end, Tarantino really paints him as an arsehole,
Yeah,
right?
he kind of flashback.
Yeah, and I just, no sympathy for him whatsoever. Obviously, at the end of the day, he was still a Nazi, and you can't sympathise for those guys. But one thing that really comes to the forefront is I'd completely forgotten what a master Tarantino is at using unusual angles, just doing weird things with the camera. And the music. Like, he can make any music fit any type of movie. Like, there's music in there that you would not expect. Especially in Django, which I'll get onto in a moment.
Yeah.
But absolutely loved it. I can't believe I waited so long to watch it.
Which one came first? Was it... Django came afterwards, right?
Yeah. So, this leads me on to then Django Unchained, which I then watched as well. And, oh my God. It was absolutely bloody super.
It is such a good movie.
It is such a good film. It not only is it a really good movie, but it's one of those few movies, right, that doesn't pull any punches about what slavery was like, right?
Yeah.
There's obviously there's a whole story going on, but there's like all this subtext, and it literally doesn't try and paint anyone in a good picture or anything. It's like, this is just how it was.
How good is Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, I was about to say.
He is fantastic.
Candyland, I think it's placed.
Yeah, it is. That boy is good in everything he does, right?
It's true.
In this, he was just genius. He literally played a character that he's never done before, right? All the like the little touches, like when he's watching the guys wrestle and he just gets up and he just starts kicking.
The Mandingo fighting.
To the bit where he's sitting there with Samuel L. Jackson in the back room just scheming, like talking, the pennies dropping, like what's going on.
Let's talk about Samuel L. Jackson. Like, he hasn't legitimately acted full on for a while.
Yeah.
For a long, long time. He's just been cruising, pretty much playing the same character. But in that
he excelled. And I actually went and saw an interview with him that he did for this movie. And he was talking about, like, he goes, he can't be Django. And then Sora Tarantino says, no, I want you to play Steven. And he goes, I can't play Steven. All black people will want to kill me. Let's do it. And then apparently he says that all the really bad stuff that he done in the movie, like, Tarantino just cut out because he goes, people will actually kill you.
Friggin' hell.
Yeah. But
So, it's... Do you know about the Will Smith side to this, right? That Will Smith
he was originally going to be Django,
Yeah. And he turned it down.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, I think part of it was because he thought too much focus was put on the Doctor, Christopher Waltz's character.
There was,
but it was good for the film.
Yeah,
it needed that balance.
It did, yeah.
Will just wanted
I like the way actually, like the whole movie was about Django, but it was actually the Doctor that fucked things up in the end.
Yeah,
couldn't control like his contempt. And his accent that he did in this movie, the way he portrayed himself, he was always just so calm, always so calculated. Oh, I just loved it. I could actually just put it on and watch it again. I actually want to buy all his movies now on 4K when they come out.
Yeah,
and I got The Hateful Eight left to do.
So which one?
You haven't watched that
yet?
Yeah, that's my next one.
Yeah, I can always battle with buying. There's a big box set.
Yeah.
It's got a picture of that.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I think there's a couple actually.
Kind of always wants to get it.
So out of the two that you saw, which one?
Oh, that's so tough. That's so tough. You know, this is what I like about him, right? No two movies are the same.
No, always trying to define it.
Yeah.
What I do like about Django is that he went back. Not only did he have the few contemporary bits of music thrown in there, but he also used Sergio Leone's music from the original spaghetti westerns back in the day.
And all of the music
adds
just
to the
fits
adds
so
to
well.
the magic to the film.
Yeah,
definitely.
I love the bit out when they first ride into town. Right, everyone's looking at him and they go, "Never seen a black man on a horse." And then they go into the bar and they just kill like the sheriff, and all these guys just come running out. Just love it. Just the cockiness of Christopher Waltz's character. Like, he was just so confident that whatever he was doing was going to work.
Yeah, great film.
Loved it, mate. Loved it. Both of them 5 out of 5, no question.
Love it. That's why
Loved it.
Favorite director. That's why I can't wait for the next one. That's why it makes me sad that he's kind of slowly winding down. I think.
So I
films,
watched an interview about that, right? And they asked him about the 10 film thing, and he goes like with anything, he goes like, you have a limited lifespan on doing stuff, right? So he goes, if I gave myself this challenge, I can do 10 movies, yeah. I know that something like that's what I've got to do, and I've got to make him the 10 best that I can be. But I think, like, if you read between the lines, he's not limiting himself to 10, but it's 10 that he has to do.
Well, I always heard that he's going to keep writing.
Yeah.
And he'd probably start directing, like, stage stuff, theatre.
Yeah.
but you may just be a scriptwriter after that. You wouldn't be a writer-director.
I'm sure, like the amount of success that man has, it'll be probably too difficult for him to like sit on the line. And he's not even old, is he? He's still fairly like young.
Yeah, it's
but
that.
He's been lucky though, because his films aren't really box office type movies, but he's been lucky that they have actually been able to make the money back.
So I don't think his movies are that expensive though, are they? They're not like got loads of special effects.
Not generally,
yeah.
But he tends to use still film, which pumps it up now quite a bit.
Yeah, but you can just tell it just looks so beautiful because he's very passionate about that. I remember I saw another, in fact, I saw quite a few where he's talking about the Hateful Eight opening, right? They actually like made it like 3 hours long. They put it in this cinema, one like a couple of cinemas just ahead of schedule for all others. You had to like dress up in like tuxedos and stuff, and they had like an intermission and all that sort of stuff. He's like just loves all that stuff. Yeah.
This whole thing about like I've only got this many films left. There's always that whole thing of those ideas popping up in your mind and just you wanting to direct it. So, like...
I never know, but if anyone's going to stick to that, he's the one to do it. You know, it ain't going to be like Kevin Smith where he chats about retiring every 2 seconds and then...
Yeah, that's the whole thing, isn't it? Like,
more. But
Smith may say it, but again, ideas pop up and you're like, you know what, I would love to direct this.
He directs shit. He ain't like he's doing
good shit. Well, no, I mean,
shit.
if you listen to his podcast, he basically does say that I've done my things now, and now I just... make movies for myself, and then he goes like yoga hoses and laughs at himself.
Yeah,
but he's doing
but
he's
Flash.
now doing but that's just a directing gig, right?
He's doing fucking Howard the Duck now.
Oh yeah, he's doing. So there's we're going to talk about that. I don't think that's on our list. Next movie I watched, something a bit more contemporary now, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay,
up for Best Picture
of the lead singer of Queen, Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Yes. So. I kind of went into this movie thinking I might not enjoy it, but I was watching it because it's up for Best Picture. Loved it.
Right.
Fantastic
Worth
film.
me checking out.
Worth you checking out.
Because I'm not a massive Queen fan.
So
that's kind of what's put me off.
I don't think you need to be, but everyone likes the Queen music, right? Like you put some of their songs on and you can rock them, right? Their music is very distinctive. It has you put on a Queen song and you know that's like their sound. They've cultivated that. It's very unique. The one thing about this movie is, A, it actually is the story of Freddie Mercury and not really the story of Queen.
Yeah.
B, it goes at breakneck speed. It's not even that long a movie. I think it's just a tad bit over 2 hours. And within, he goes from being a baggage handler at Heathrow to a rock star within 25 minutes. But I will say...
Is that... That's how it was.
Well, no. You mean in the film.
No. But is that where he started off?
Yeah. He was a baggage handler at Heathrow.
Oh shit!
And he wanted to be a singer. And there's things that obviously I don't know that much about Freddie Mercury. So you've obviously heard when you were young. People go that people go Freddie Mercury was Indian. You always think that people just say that because it's a thing that Freddie Mercury was Indian, and you don't really know because you don't really know much about this guy.
No, you can see though. You can tell.
I don't know if
Wait
you could.
I could. I've known that since the 80s.
Wait, Freddie Mercury's Indian?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know that.
Did you not know
He's
that?
fucking Bollywood!
I didn't
You're
know.
rubbish.
Wait, he was Freddie Mercury's Indian?
I've literally known it since the 80s and you've only just figured it out now.
What the? He doesn't look Indian.
Just check out
The
the
moustache gives it
In
away.
his videos, he does not look Indian.
No, he doesn't, man.
I bet you look at a picture now and you suddenly see it. It will suddenly just click.
Maybe, it might click in. He's not
Freddie
very dark
Mercury.
skinned.
You don't need to be. This looks Anglo-Indian.
So
You can see it now, can't you?
No, you can't see that, man.
But now you know that, looking at him and the moustache, you can kind of see it now. You can imagine seeing him walk down the street.
He looks more Italian than Indian. Come on. That doesn't look... that's not true. Freddie Mercury's not Indian. Look at that.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks. Sanjay? Yes?
Rami Malek
Oh, take a piss now.
must be given a round of applause because he really did justice to that
So
role.
even though he's only like 2 foot tall, he kind of still...
You watch it, he puts on the clothes and he struts around and he goes, "Hello, darling," and he really sort of puts himself into the spirit of Freddie Mercury. Yeah, it's fantastic because towards the end of the movie they do that whole Live Aid concert. And it's like you have flashes of when you were a kid and you think, I remember watching bits and pieces of that.
Yeah.
Just
Do the whole...
absolutely.
all that stuff.
Yeah, they do a lot of that. Yeah. I mean, and you learn a lot about actually his life story and stuff, but it just goes by so quickly.
Who was the actor that was going to do it before him?
I don't know. Was there someone before him? Obviously, this is a movie where Bryan Singer actually had to. Ali G did. Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, he was going to do it for the longest time, but he ended up just...
Oh, okay. I've got to say, difficult for me now to think of anyone else. But obviously, and the guy who plays Brian May, you know, like you have a picture of Brian May, and this guy looks just like him. Even the guy they have a guy playing Kenny Everett. and you forget, and you're like, oh my god, it comes back.
Was massive back then.
And the real great thing is, right, there's a scene where they've spent all this money and they've made like Bohemian Rhapsody, and the studio are like, this is just too long and it's nonsense and no one's going to want to listen to it. So he basically goes on a Kenny Everett show, right, and he's there flirting with Kenny and all this sort of stuff, right, and his fiance's sitting there going, I don't know Freddie knew Kenny. And I think like the penny's kind of like dropping.
You think that was part of Bryan Singer's original part of the movie, or that was the Dexter Fletcher edition?
I have no idea. I mean, it does not look like there are two different directors on that film. It's a very cohesive, very visually striking movie, because obviously there's all those elaborate costumes. There's lots of like singing and dancing, lots of stage stuff, lots of concert stuff. Just fantastic.
Do you think Rocket Man's going to be able to live up to this standard that Bohemian Rhapsody? That's the Elton John movie.
Who's doing that?
I don't know who's directing it, but it's starring the dude who was in the Kingsman films. You know, the kids.
Oh yes, yeah.
Him.
I don't know. There was a trailer that I saw yesterday for the Motley Crue that Netflix have just done. So they're all a whole bunch of these seem to be coming out. But I mean, I don't know Elton's story. Freddie's story was quite compelling. You know, like he really didn't want to be just an anyone. He wanted to be famous. He's, you know, there's this whole thing about obviously he's got Indian parents. The father was very disappointed with his choices and stuff. But ultimately, father was very, very supportive. Like when he came out and the father realised he was gay, there was none of this like,
Wow.
you know, like what you would typically get. Yeah.
As his death as well, the whole age thing.
So it ends on the end of the Live Aid concert, and they basically have like a thing that comes up saying like X number. Yeah, he died. Yeah.
Okay, I might have to give that one a look-see then. I've got it at home, so I'm gonna have to dig into it.
One other thing we should quickly probably talk about is the Umbrella Factory.
Yes, I did check out some of these. I think you like it more than me. I don't hate it, but at the same time, it's
so I'm 4 episodes in, so I won't say I hate it. I won't say it's the best show I've ever seen. And the story is plodding along. I think it looks like it's about to kick in now at any moment. I think visually it's very well done.
At times.
Yeah,
but
they look
the
as though
action
they've spent...
is not done good though.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
Action
not
is
like...
bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's the action side that I'm thinking about. It's more about like the genuine like production values, the sets, the camera angles, all that sort of stuff. The story itself is quite intriguing.
It is intriguing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of where I don't even know what episode I'm at. You got to the gorilla body part yet?
Yes, yeah. So I've watched one more episode after that, actually.
Okay,
but I mean, those two are quite funny as well. The guys that wear the masks, right? Because you don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's one of the things where I'm like, this is stupid. Like these two that are running around and they put on these massive, cumbersome masks to just try and shoot this kid. It's like, what?
Yeah.
So there's certain elements of me I'm thinking this just ain't written good, but at the same time, and you know that Ellen Page, you know that she's going to turn out to be some ultra strong, powerful.
Yeah. So have you seen the episode yet? I think it's that same one where they do the gorilla body, where she basically doesn't have any more medication. And
must be right after me then.
Yeah, so you kind of think like she's been taking this medication her whole life. Now she hasn't got it. Something is about to go down. Yeah.
It's interesting. That's what's keeping me going. Is that it's an interesting concept, regardless of the faults of it. It's a bit janky, but I'll keep watching. Do
we quickly want to mention the 2 episodes of The Orville that we've just seen?
Is there a whole lot we can get into?
So the episode that we just the one we've just seen. That was a very good episode.
Yeah, it's very much going into that sort of Borg, Cybermen type territory that a lot of sci-fi TV going.
So this one seemed quite movie-like, right? So right from the very beginning, they had like the score that they were using was very sort of Empire Strikes Back type thing.
And I would like to say that I was right. You guys belittled me about her falling in love with a robot, and I said that's a ridiculous thing. She should lose her job and be stripped of her position.
A very smart, intelligent person. We did not question anything that you said, but this episode was fucking epic. It was actually so good that it finishes on like a continuation. So annoyed that really wanted to watch the next. We have to wait a whole week.
So again, I know we say this every week, but this harkens back to like a real traditional Star Trek type episode, right?
So does.
But I just love the concept. So there's this again. They seem to have this knack of starting an episode one way and actually finishing it a completely different way than where you thought that story was going to go.
It's
Right?
actually very, very. Even the episode that we saw before this
they
one,
turned the whole idea of sexuality on its head, where to be straight was like the dangerous thing in the society of these.
I love the way that they did that.
So,
I love, and actually, obviously, that's a continuation from the episode that they did like last year, where they talked about like the sex of the baby in the Bockless. Just brilliant. But this one was just you're thinking it's going to be Isaac is going to come back. Isaac is going to be part of the crew again. But no!
Isaac was a fucking evil genius.
No!
He's a machine. That's why we should all fear the singularity. When it happens, we should not be making. We should shut down. We should all march on Windows and fucking Microsoft and Google and shut them down, because once their AI kicks in, we're done. We are done.
To AI chicks, all right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're always talking about
Androids. No, I'm not talking about. You don't want them to think for themselves.
What? The moment they get hacked.
Exactly. Oh my god, yes. Once they realise they can get along without us, then that's it. We're done.
No, but I mean, the way the action kicks off at the end, the way that they decide or they describe the fact that they overthrew all the original inhabitants of the planet, just superb.
I always used to think, like, who built them? You can't just have this AI race and like this came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you know? It got me thinking that how that they employed, well, they didn't employ, they said that, he could observe the human race, right?
The envoy.
Yeah, but they don't know anything about their planet.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing.
You could see this kind of coming. It's like collecting data and sending it back.
It's supposed to be like a two-way exchange, but maybe they're so desperate to have them in.
Yeah.
Well, no, absolutely, because they actually say it in the episode, don't they? They're so technologically advanced that they would be like a really good ally against the Krill.
We haven't seen them in a while. Yeah, that was cool. So, for me, besides Umbrella Factory and what we just talked about, I also checked out some of Homecoming, finally. I haven't finished it yet, but because of the recommendation of a loyal listener.
From Kamran?
That's it, I figured let me just give this a look. He said it's good. It's by Sam Ismail, the guy who did Mr. Robot. He did a film which I saw a few years back, which I really like, called Comet. So I figured, okay, let me check this out. Julia Roberts doing TV, should be interesting. And it's not what I thought it was.
Right.
So, good thing.
I thought it was just going to be like this. She was just a therapist to like soldiers, and it was just going to be some sort of, I don't know, therapy shit.
Yeah.
Not at all. There's this facility where soldiers who are serving out in the Middle East are brought to, but it's not a government facility. It's this private thing. You just don't know what the fuck they're doing and what they're doing to these soldiers. And even she is being used in a weird way by the people the organisation that's built this thing. It's really, you just don't know. There's a whole deeper layer to everything that's going on. So it's not what I expected. I'm not necessarily in love with it, but I am intrigued as to what the bigger story and the reveal is going to be. So it's worth checking.
So it is worth checking out then,
It's an interesting show.
Right, okay.
Julia Roberts is really good. It's really out of character for what we...
Wait, what's this on again?
Amazon. It's really out of what we usually see. She isn't all glammed up or dolled up. She's really playing like a regular...
Right, okay.
Yeah, woman. So
I'll tune in after I've done the Umbrella Factory.
Interesting show. So, yeah, there's that. And then I checked out some Expanse. I started that. Oh, Eddie! I finally figured, let me just get into this.
I'm proud of you, Eddie!
I'm not deep into it yet, but I punched past the point where I stopped last time. So I'm actually getting into the conflict of the different...
Just make it to the end of the season and you will love it.
I'm already at a point where there's like these other people that are involved in something where everyone thinks it's one lot, but it turns out there's a whole other player that's doing shit. So yeah, I'm at that point now.
So, are you interested? Are you intrigued?
I do. I like it. I like you got the people that have got their ship now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The main heroes.
Yeah.
What's her name? I can't. Chris something. I can't remember her name. She's like the UN, like one of the main UN people, right? She's like the Persian lady from. She's got this really strange but really sort of sexy accent.
Dark, deep, heavy voice.
Yeah, she is amazing, right? She will go on and she'll have some incredible dialogue, and the way she just handles people is just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, there's one where she was visiting some son's mother who died. think she was just trying to manipulate her, but yeah, she's actually good. It's
yeah.
actually, I like it. I like it. So far, I like it.
Once you get to the end of the season, you will love it.
Okay, I mean, I want to know who the big
and
players
I've just finished season 3, right, and it just fucking blew my mind.
Okay, Expanse. I'm gonna get more into that. So thumbs up from that. If you want good sci-fi, that's worth watching. Then because I've still been doing all of what my been watching this week has been hampered still by Supernatural, past the point of where the show should have ended, where we all agree, and I'm back at the point where we're at the extended episodes now, the extended series.
Did you take the leap?
Yeah, I'm going, I'm still going. But
okay.
I was in that headspace for like demons and all of that shit, so I started watching this other show. Do you remember when we went to that convention a while back? And they were advertising, they were giving away those slider little burgers, and they were advertising some sci-fi show
yes, I do remember that.
Midnight Texas.
Yeah.
I started watching that show.
Yeah.
And it's very much got that supernatural vibe, but it's all set in one town.
What's it called? Midnight Texas.
Midnight Texas.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
It's a current show.
That's why I started watching it, because I thought, this is still on? I figured it was going to have about half a season to get cancelled, but it's still going, so I thought, let me give it a look then.
That was for like season 3 now or something?
Yeah. 3 seasons now. So I thought, let me get this. It's about a guy who can see and speak to ghosts and manifest ghosts and all of that shit. And he moves to this town hoping to escape all these people that are after him. And he has his ghost grandma who kind of tells him to go to this place because it's, it'll be a good safe haven. But it turns out it's just as fucked up because everyone there is either a witch or a vampire or something else that you don't know what the fuck.
Right.
So I'm still only a couple episodes in, but it's got that nice supernatural. If you're in that supernatural headspace, it's got that sort of vibe. So it's that easy watching sort of not sci-fi, fantasy, cultish type TV.
Right, okay.
So
sounds interesting.
fun.
What's that on?
Hot Girls, I don't know.
Right.
Bootleg this, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know where it's at. And last but not least, I checked out Battle Angel Alita. Alita?
Something like that.
Isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Very mixed reviews on that.
And even my thoughts on it are mixed, because there were points where I thought this could have been so much better than it is. This is something that it's an anime from the 90s, I believe.
Yeah, this is when we used to pick up DVDs from Brian's house.
I did watch the anime.
Oh no, did I say DVD? VHSs.
VHSs, yeah, but I don't remember the story of it that well. I just remember that it's a robot found in a junkyard that this doctor, scientist guy finds and rebuilds.
Who's in a lot of Tarantino movies. That dude who you're talking about.
I'm talking about the anime though, the basic story of the anime.
Oh right,
doctor,
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, in this film, Christoph Waltz plays that doctor, and he rebuilds this android, and she has a mysterious past. Where's she from? There's a floating city above this shithole city that everyone's living in. And it's not great, but at the same time, I enjoyed watching it. There's a visual fun to it. Like, it's so visually engaging that you kind of want to keep watching it and see where it goes. But it could have been so much better if it had a better script. The main bad guy, called Nova, I think his name is. No explanation to what it is. I think they're hoping to do a sequel. But
okay, you don't
it's just kind of this open-ended thing that you just don't really get any explanation to.
How did you cope with the eyes?
You kind of get used to it.
They didn't need to have that.
Yeah. But does it look weird? It looks weird in the trailer.
Yeah, it looks
It
really
does
weird.
at first. And you just kind of just get used to it because everyone's all fuckery. It's in the a world. It's kind of similar to Ghost in the Shell, where everyone's all mented in some way or another. Everyone's got robot arms or eyes or legs or a complete body, whatever. So everyone's all fucked up in some way. But it doesn't serve any purpose for the story for us to have those eyes.
Okay.
So it wasn't really... I think it was just a stylistic thing to go along with the anime. But
what was the action like in the film?
most of it's pretty cool, but it's animated. It's like a cartoon, basically.
Okay.
So it does look cool. It's clear. It's not like Transformers. You can see what's going on. So
when you say it's animated, are you saying that because the CGI
Heavy
just
CG.
looks very animated and not very real?
yeah, it's in that middle bit. Some parts are you get taken out
Yeah.
because of the big eyes and
Right.
stuff, and the fact that everyone's like half robot.
See, Usman, the geeky dentist, when he saw this, he said the same thing. He goes, "I don't know how to review this.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I like this film or if I hate it."
Yeah, because I was visually engaged. I enjoyed watching it, but the story wasn't that great. It wasn't particularly deep or surprising. It's pretty predictable for the most part. But at the same time, I still wanted to watch it. It's just hard. I can't really It just falls in the cracks that you just don't know where to pull it.
Okay, and you don't really remember the manga?
Nah, because it was a long time ago. I just saw it once.
Yeah.
But apparently it hasn't done great in America. I don't know how it's done over here. But it's done gangbusters in China. Like, really good. Like, it's going in the direction of like Wonder Woman good over there.
Oh, shit.
So
potentially sequel coming funded by China?
Possibly. It could possibly. I know that the director, not director.
Is it Robert Rodriguez?
Robert Rodriguez did the director, but the producer of it, who was originally going to direct it, who's doing Avatar now.
James Cameron.
Obviously, yeah.
I'm
blanking today. My brain's just off. Just got food in it. I've got pasta in my brain.
Don't worry, I understand that feeling. I suffer from it all the time.
Being so understanding.
So supportive, yes.
Yeah, so I know where he wanted to make this for the longest time, and he's already talking about possibility of a sequel, so...
Yeah.
Could.
So it'd be interesting to find out what the reaction is like in Japan, right? Obviously from where the source material comes from.
Yeah. Yeah. No, are there any actual East Asian people in this? I'm trying to think. I don't think there are. Just another example of taking something from there and just not really showing any love.
But you know what? Like, I actually saw, I think, some sort of interview with people from Japan, and they actually don't get this whole, like, we really don't care.
That's what they... Yeah, I saw that about Ghost in the Shell, that they're showing pictures of Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, they loved it.
Major. They were like, oh, she looks cool, we like it. They didn't give a shit, for the most... Yeah. But, yeah, that didn't sit well, though, because it was still a culture that was still based in, like... Asia, East Asia, so it didn't make sense everyone was still white, even though it was there. But yeah, I don't know how to. Out of 5, 3 stars maybe.
All right, okay, so it's
purely just for the visual engagement.
So this is something we should really wait when it hits Blu-ray.
Yeah. Don't need to go your way.
Okay,
so that's pretty much it. Oh, you want to get into the news?
Right, so John Krasinski will return to direct A Quiet Place 2, and the release date has been revealed.
Let's break this down. How do you want this story to be told?
So I'm going to imagine it's going to be none of the original characters, right?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. I'm imagining a whole new family, a whole new perspective on what's going on. Maybe
either that, or now that they've realised how to fight back, they're going to fight back.
But then that takes an explanation of to what these things were, which we never got.
I'm assuming government experiment gone wrong.
That's the safe bet.
So the other side to it is that, do you guys actually want to see a sequel to this? Because
really?
No, exactly.
So well done. Yeah. It doesn't need to be. You don't take the risk.
Especially if they continue with the original characters, because. Krasinski himself is now dead, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to see that story continued because it's been done.
Yeah, but if they do tell a completely different story, then it's why not?
Potentially, because obviously there's lots of stories to tell in that world of people who are having the same experience.
So is this one of those stories where now they've got a bigger budget, right? We're going to see the military.
It's always the military, it's always the way.
It's like this, that they've been planning and they've been trying to figure out how to deal with this, and away they go.
Possibly. Maybe crossover with what was that? The Bird Box.
Crossover. So you can't make noise and you can't see them. Might as well just kill yourself at that point. Game of Thrones star, the very lovely Natalie Dormer, joins the Penny Dreadful City of Angels.
Yes. I'm guessing she's going to be like Eva Green's type character, be the lead actress. Maybe, could be the villain because she can play evil pretty good. But Penny Dreadful coming back finally in I think it's going to be like 1930s or 40s Los Angeles. Sort of the Art Deco vibe. You remember Natalie Dormer?
Yeah, you know what? I do remember her, but I just wanted a face. I just forgot a face. Yeah, look, I said to you last time when we spoke about this that, Eva Green sort of carried this show so well. I kind of want her back. I reckon Penny Dreadful is some of her best performance. You know that?
It is. Yeah,
especially in the last episode, that little switch he does.
Problem is, it's like it's a different era.
Yeah.
So
So I think I'm
100 years separated. So
yeah, I need another Penny Dreadful now. I didn't want it at first, but with all the TV that I haven't been watching, I think this is something that I do want to see. Yeah.
You never watched Penny Dreadful, did you?
No, I watched a few episodes. I just never got into it. Then I watched like 3 or 4 episodes.
Should get into it, man. I'm annoyed.
Why?
Does HBO have an on-demand service here in the UK?
No, so they are...
Is it just Atlantic then?
Yeah, so they have an exclusive deal with Sky to distribute all HBO.
So
when's that ending?
So, but you can get like a Sky, a Sky Net
for more shit.
No, but it's like, well, you were just going to pay for HBO Go, right?
No, I don't want it. That's what I want it to go on Amazon or
don't worry,
Netflix.
you can
No,
borrow
it
my
won't.
account.
No. It will never
Borrow my
because.
account.
Oh, you've got account numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got a Sky account, so he could like use that, can't he?
Potentially,
Yeah.
No, but they won't go on Netflix because they're basically bitter rivals.
Yeah, fucking.
See,
What's likely to happen? So, quick deviation here because I think last week there was some info came out about Warner Brothers' streaming service, and apparently they will have HBO content on there.
Okay.
So, because obviously HBO is owned by Warner Brothers.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm just thinking there's so much HBO shit I want to watch. I want to go back and watch Sopranos. I want to watch
But
West
a lot
Wing.
of that is basically on Sky Now, not Sky Now, Now TV and Sky. You can they've got all the box sets on there.
Yeah.
$6.99 for 1 month, just splits it.
Ew.
But you can cancel at any time.
Another charge.
In fact, if you cancel after $6.99, they'll give you an offer for £3.50 for a month.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to watch West Wing. I actually started watching out my old DVDs that I dusted out, and then I got to like the 3rd DVD and it just like stopped working.
You mean you have to get up once every
Yeah,
4
exactly,
episodes? Oh,
exactly.
fuck
See,
that.
funny you say that because just yesterday I was flicking through Sky Atlantic and that is what was on.
Yeah.
It's like their number 1 show
See?
that they show all
The
the
fucking
time.
4th disc that's never been touched before just stopped working in the player.
It's why
I'm
like rip all your discs, back them up.
and it's like, what the fuck? This was brand new. It's a box set, and it doesn't. It shows
that's
you the lack
always
of
a
the
problem.
technology.
Yeah, that's always a problem with these things, especially if you buy them and you don't use them for years, and you like suddenly one day. Netflix renews The Haunting of Hill House for season 2.
Like The Quiet Place, it's better be a whole nother story because that first season was perfection. Everyone's story was told to perfection. Give us something new.
That was our number 1 show of last year. So again, it was one of the ones that we said that we don't want to see again because it was so perfect, and we're kind of worried that it might just be, kind of mess it up. What's wrong with you?
I just threw up in the back of my throat.
Oh,
Because we just eaten the spicy, most lovely but spicy curry. It's just hot, spicy vomit in the back of my throat.
Just the way it should be. So, from what I understand, the guys actually behind the show have actually inked an overall deal with Netflix, so you'll probably see some other output from them.
Okay. Well, they're masters of horror because that show, great.
it does seem like there's because one of the girls that was in Haunting of Hill House, she's thrown it up on our Instagram page. So
Is it the one that's married to the director?
yeah, so I'm going to think that she might be connected in some way.
Another example of a hot girl married to an ugly guy.
What
I don't know why I mentioned that thing, but
Why did you say that?
It's fascinating.
Well, what do you mean, ugly guy? His personality comes down to the personality. It's not always about the way you look, Eddie.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
not about the way you look. It's about
Sure.
the inner personality that stands out.
Exactly, Eddie.
Yes.
So you meet Suzanne Boyle.
So-
She has an amazing personality, loves all the things you love.
Yes.
Wants to play Street Fighter.
Yes, Eddie, I would. Susan Boyle, without a shadow of a doubt, if she played Soul Calibur and
That's
Mario,
one thing I will
Mario
say
Party.
to you, Eddie. I know you're like very young and immature in the ways of the world, right?
Yeah,
But I will tell you, beauty fades, right? Beauty is only skin deep.
But that's why you want it to fade with you, so that as your vision slowly fades.
Yeah, but like
their beauty fades,
just
you don't
because
see
someone
it.
is beautiful doesn't actually mean that.
Obviously, beautiful
what's
people are the worst
rest of
people
them?
in the world. Everyone knows that. Models are like dumb. Actors are horrible. They're all selfish and shallow and hollow. But you just
But I
want
think
to
that,
enjoy
again,
it.
you're generalising. Not all models have to be dumb. Not all actors are shallow. Look at
Maybe
Keanu
actors, but
Reeves.
Come on, man. When's the last time you heard of a smart model?
Smart model.
I'm sure there are plenty.
you could find smart models.
I'm sure models out
I'm
there.
sure there are models listening to this right now that are going to spam your mailbox now.
I don't think you exist.
They're going to write emails that we can't even understand.
Are you saying that because you saw that documentary?
That's got nothing to do with that. That's the Fire Festival thing, which you should watch. That's very good.
In what is probably the most exciting news this week, Chris Hemsworth will play wrestler Hulk Hogan in a biopic coming from Todd Phillips.
Biopic.
Biopic. Well, they're the same bloody thing.
Now, I think this is probably one of the last people that I expected to play Hulk Hogan.
And the deadman to this, Bradley Cooper's producing.
Yeah, there's a few big names attached.
Gonna be on Netflix. And Todd Phillips, Hangover, the Joker film that's being made. Big deal. Big deal director.
Genuinely excited for this movie because it's not going to portray like the whole WWF thing. It's the rise of Hulkamania.
Yeah, the early days.
Yeah.
So despite all the shittery, 'cause even though he's a piece of shit now, it's a shame because Hulk Hogan, man, is a big part of the childhood. Even though he wasn't my favourite wrestler as a kid, he was still like one of those idols. To see him fall was just horrid. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. I think Chris Evans is great casting for this. I think he's got the size. He just needs to bulk up a bit.
Yeah. Have you actually seen any images as him as Hulk Hogan?
No, he haven't done it yet.
He's going to have like the big blonde moustache, the bandana.
He has to shave the head to make it look bald. They haven't started shooting it yet.
Yeah, I think some people did some mock-ups of this and just the way it's going to look.
Instagram.
There you go, it was you. Yeah.
From what I understand, Vince McMahon is totally behind this, which actually led me to a thought. Right? Could you imagine, like a Netflix WWE connected universe, right, where they start doing like movies about other wrestlers, but then get the wrestlers from the other movies like in to do little bits?
Well, there was a story that would have been last week, was that WWE has struck a deal with Netflix to produce movies.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. So they're going to do a bunch of movies over the next couple of years.
Oh, brilliant.
Are we going to start seeing...
It is brilliant. Because have you ever seen WWE movies?
Yeah.
Shit.
So I was going to say, is this like the Kane movies, right?
The Kane.
So hold on. So this isn't movies about wrestlers. This is like WWE.
This is WWE Studios. The
Marine.
Right.
They'll just... I bet they're just cheap to churn out.
You remember the Marine?
My God, I do remember.
First one was John Cena.
Yeah.
I think the second one was Ted DiBiase's kid, I believe. Yeah. And then the third, fourth, and fifth, I think they're on now, or sixth. The Miz. Oh.
See, I think you're forgetting classics like No Hold Barred. No Hold Barred.
That counts, I guess. Yeah. I guess that counts.
Thunder in Paradise, the TV series.
They were bad.
No Hold Barred.
I think God.
Obviously, I was on Reddit and I saw like who would you like to play what wrestlers, right? And obviously, the very first thing came to my mind was if they do the bit with The Rock, can they get The Rock?
That's too far in his career, man. This is the rise of Hulkamania.
But that was like his return, wasn't it?
To WWE, but I don't think it's going to go that far.
No?
Nah. This will be from the 70s.
Yeah, the late 70s to WrestleMania.
That would be actually... I think that would be pretty cool.
Because they got
just playing The Rock.
Because they got to do that whole thing where he leaves the WWE, right, and then he comes back a hero, a triumph, like the return, like the place that made him.
I don't think that's the way the interesting story is.
No, I think it's just his early rise. Yeah.
And WrestleMania, maybe NWO at the end.
Maybe the bit at end of was it WrestleMania 3 where he picks up Andre and body slams him.
I could get the Big Show to play Andre. He's the only other person that's fucking good. I can't wait for that.
I hope they get the casting of the Macho Man right.
They can't know who can do that voice, who can pull off that voice, but somebody's got to do it because he's too important. Oh damn, I can't wait.
No, this is what I'm looking forward to, man.
Well, there needs to be a film on that dude as well.
There is an R-rated animated Alien series reportedly in development. Right, someone tell me, is Aliens like the most produced fucking series? There's like films here, there's like spin-off movies, like
for something that's not even that successful, really, each time it comes out.
Are we just missing something here? Because surely it must be successful. It's somewhere in the world for them to keep turning these movies out.
Successful, but not blockbuster successful. It's odd, and there's actually 2 shows. There's an animated show they're doing. Ridley Scott is going to be involved in one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one, the live action or the animated one. I think the animated one's going to take place or retell the story of... Do you remember the game that came out? I think it's called Alien Isolation, I think it was called. Came out a couple of years ago. That's like the daughter of Ripley, whatever. Yeah, I think Alien could be good for TV though. The sort of slow burn and the sort of hunting and the prey. Yeah. It could be. I think it'd be good for TV.
It's like some things are just... There's just too much. Like zombies and alien movies. This is just too much, and like I'm just sick and tired of it.
Oh, you don't get... There's not that many alien movies. Hold on. Okay. There's many alien movies, but there's not a lot of alien movies.
No. But there is. If you look through the library and the catalogue, there is quite a lot.
I'm fine with more. Just make it good. That's the only issue. Just make it good. If it's good, I'll happily watch it.
But it's just going to be the same bullshit. It's like people on the planet fighting these aliens. Like, again, do you like how much more are you supposed to play around with that?
Give it. They should have. It's the whole.
Think about it.
Prometheus story they should have done good, but they fucked that up.
That would have been good. I mean, yeah,
they fucked that up. But then we spoke about possible. What was the one with the big bugs?
Oh.
With Paul.
No, you're talking of Starship Troopers.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
What is going on today? Even I'm more sharper than you.
But yeah, we thought about that being a TV show. That would be fun.
But the thing about Starship Troopers, I think it was kind of designed in that way that was kind of
campy fun.
Yeah,
this is more thriller fun,
and it was kind of funny at times as well. Starship Troopers. Aliens is very, very serious.
Yeah, but if it's done good.
So I take it. So and you keep saying if it's done good. It's very poor English there, Eddie. So I take it are they not doing a third movie then in this Prometheus? Is it dead and done, dusted?
Who knows what really doing? Just no one knows.
Even Ridley himself.
Yeah. Just staying alive at this point.
Right. So Blumhouse is considering making new Scream and Hellraiser movies.
I don't care about Scream, but Hellraiser, hell yeah.
Flip that around, potentially maybe mildly interested.
Scream
was actually quite a revolutionary movie, right? In that genre.
It was
a very unique
young adults killing young adults.
Yeah.
Hellraiser was hell dimension, torturers from hell, pin face. That shit was wicked.
So Scream at the time was pretty good when it dropped.
That whole bunch of movies that they did.
Yeah, but then when you think about Scream today, like some dude running around in a mask stabbing people up.
That's what it is.
Like Jason.
Well, Jason was really bad. Like, do you remember,
Jason was like subhuman. He would fall from buildings, still get up and walk away. Ghostface, that's what it's called. Just a dude. Rubbish.
That makes it even more scary than
Rubbish.
human.
No. Hellraiser.
And it was that whole thing of like, who is it? Who is it at the end? Do you remember, like with Scream, you didn't know who it was. Yeah. I just can't be put through that again.
Don't forget, there was a TV show as well.
Yeah. Didn't they even have like Jay and Silent Bob in like Scream 3 or something?
Yeah, they did. That's why
was that Scream or was that the spoof one?
No, in Scream. Scream 3. I think there was Jay and Silent Bob.
I think we should watch Scream again. It's the first one.
The first one's a good movie.
Yeah. Nev Campbell. Yeah.
And what's her name from?
Is it the girl from Friends? Right? Yeah, Courtney Cox.
Yeah, the reporter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was pre-Friends as well, wasn't it? Or was it post-Friends?
No, post-Friends.
Oh yeah, it would have been post because Friends was early 90s.
Yeah, Hellraiser. I'm definitely up for that.
Yeah, man.
I actually don't think I've seen a Hellraiser film though. I must have. Like they've been on TV so many times, right?
I've probably seen images, but I don't know if you ever sat through all the film.
Yeah.
Potentially interesting one. I don't know how many times Stephen Chow has confirmed over the years that a Kung Fu Hustle follow-up film is in development, but he's again confirmed it literally this week.
Yeah, this is a weird one because the details I've heard from it is that it's not even a continuation of like the story or the time that it was originally based in. Apparently, it's going to be like modern day, and it's not even going to be in China. It's going to be somewhere else in a foreign country. So it's only really Kung Fu Hustle in name only.
Is he going to be in it, right? Because what's happened is obviously he's had this long pedigree of acting, right? But he had two major breakout roles. He had Shaolin Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle, which really made it big on the international scene. Then he just stopped acting and he just went behind the camera.
I haven't followed that much of what he's doing. We had a film like 2 years ago, some mermaid thing.
So I actually remember not being terribly impressed with the original Kung Fu Hustle. I'm going to watch it again now because maybe in time I'll change my mind. I remember the fighting being quite good.
I found it was a fun film,
but it wasn't as good as Shaolin Soccer.
Yeah, Shaolin Soccer was so much better. I think the same with me. I saw Soccer, and then when this came out, I thought, oh, this is going to be cool, and then it was a little disappointing. Yeah. In fact, it was too much. Always loved Kung Fu movies. Especially like proper like period time Kung Fu movies, but what always pulled me out is when there were way too much wires and all that shit in cartoons.
Yeah, this was like
Kung Fu Hustle was just way over the top with that.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to watching it again now actually because it's been many years since I've seen it.
Axe Gang, they were fun.
Yeah. Gerard Leto's Joker movie scrapped and Harley Quinn will not appear in James Gunn's Suicide Squad 2.
Not surprising. Like Jared Leto doesn't never seem to be like someone who'd want to really stick around with all this, especially when they was getting the criticism it was getting.
Yeah, he just seems like one of those people that just wants to duck. Yeah, he just wants to stick around for.
Too artsy. He wants to go off do his band or do some other movie where he has to lose tons of weight and get skinny and stuff.
So what's the deal with him now? So is he actually still our Joker?
No. Who?
Yeah.
So there's a Joker in the Joker movie that's coming out.
Yes,
a different one. Yeah, the Whacking Phoenix one.
And then
you mean Gerard Leto as in he was in the Suicide Squad? Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm guessing no because Batman's not Batman anymore. So
Gerard isn't right.
Yeah,
isn't that just bullshit? Doesn't it like really? It really just pisses me off because I would have actually liked to see him because I don't think I thought he was all right in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it got a bit too much criticism.
He was probably the one really good thing about Suicide Squad. If I had to pick something out of that shambles of a movie, he actually probably outshone everyone else.
Not Harley.
And Harley. But obviously he and Harley were together in quite a few scenes, right? In their flashbacks and whatnot.
Yeah, I actually liked him. He didn't get enough to define the character.
And that's why it would be nice for him to come back.
So I'm assuming he's gone now, right? It's going to be recast.
If they even bother.
Yeah.
This whole world's just slowly crumbling. It's like Indiana Jones, they're running while it's all crumbling behind them, but they're still trying to keep on going with it.
And at any moment now, they're going to have like monkeys come out of the jungle to swing with them, right?
Yeah.
Right, I think that's it for the news.
Okay.
Any little tidbits from things you guys have seen and heard over the last couple of weeks?
No.
I know we've had like trailers for... we saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. give a very mystic one. Didn't see that. I think that's the only one that I can think of that I've seen in the last week. So I know there was some more footage from Captain Marvel released in the last day or so. I haven't actually seen that. Yeah,
I don't want to see
2 weeks ago now. I just want to go into that cinema. Days booked off work already. I will be there 8th of March.
Have you booked your ticket?
I haven't got my ticket. Like, it's a Friday. It'll be like, it's a school day, so you should bowl in at any time during the day.
Might go check that out as a midnight screener by myself. Yeah.
I don't know what day that's on.
Well, it's a Thursday. Thursday. So
that day
it'll be a midnight Friday, right?
That day is going to be brilliant for me. So daytime, I'll be going to see Captain Marvel. The evening, I'll be going to go and see Hybrid.
Oh, that's when you get your show. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So in our post credits via Instagram, our buddy Kamran,
what's up, dude?
Is actually telling us, and I had not actually noticed this, but our 150th episode is coming up soon.
Don't say that because it makes us feel we have to do something. And remember when we get up to 100?
This is what he's saying.
We kept building it up, but we didn't do anything.
You guys have to do something special.
There was nothing special. We have no resources.
I'm sure we can think of doing something special. What we need to do is look at other podcasts, look at their 100th episodes, right? And see what they've done.
Yeah, they bring on big, well-known, famous guests. We can't do any of that.
Well, we can.
That sounded sinister. What are we going to do? Kidnap someone?
We're going to kidnap Kevin Smith, Mr. Podcast. In fact, actually, I was watching, what's it, Big Bang Theory, the newest episode. He was on there. They had Will Wheaton's character hosting a Dungeons and Dragons game with like William Shatner, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the wolf guy from True Blood, and Kevin Smith.
Damn. I saw him recently. He looks so malnourished.
He looks so... He's proper vegan now, isn't he? Just goes to show, like, you just lose that weight. You stop eating meat.
Doesn't look like... If you're going to lose all that weight, at least try and put on muscle or something. He just looks so ill.
He does. You know what? You look at him. He's recovering from a heart attack, Eddie.
Yeah.
The Widowmaker is apparently what the doctors call the one he had. Kamran also goes, for the next podcast, obviously this came in a couple of weeks ago, I'm recommending Salim to watch My Brilliant Friend, an HBO series. Mo to watch Maniac on Netflix, and Eddie to watch Homecoming. So Eddie's obviously done his little bit.
Read your mind, sir.
On Amazon Video, I'm expecting you guys to watch series and talk about them on the next podcast. Also try and check out Counterpart, which I actually think has just been cancelled from what I hear.
That's all, yeah.
But I will finish that. I will get back to it.
Did it get 2 seasons?
Yeah. He goes, he's just binge watched My Brilliant Friend in one day. This show is amazing. A true masterpiece.
Never heard of that.
I've never heard of it as well. I'm going to go look that up now. And he's also just finished Russian Doll, a fun little enjoyable show. Yeah. He would recommend it to us. Obviously, if you listen to a last episode, Eddie and I gushed on that one.
We did that.
And he goes, he's also just watched Doom Patrol and was like, wow, what a damn good show. Dare I say it was better than Titans. Definitely check it out, Mo. I think you'll like it a lot. I will be watching that.
It's only 2 episodes in, so let's see if it holds together. But I do want to actually check that.
Yeah.
You should watch that during dessert.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We are done, folks.
So, Mo, they want to find us or email us?
So if you want to email us, folks, we are at tatmpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to tweet at us, we are at TalkingMovies3.
And if you want to Instagram us and join us there, it is Talking at the Movies.
And folks, please, if you do have an iTunes account, go to iTunes and give us a 5-star review. It really, really does help with discovery.
Yes, indeed. And a little review, even if it's simply just to say this show is great. Take your mum's phone, your granny's phone, and just give us a little 5 stars just anywhere you can. Your friend at work, anyone. Check out all other shows in the Voltron network that shall be continuing to grow. It is slowly getting bigger. So there's us, there's Wrestling Ruckus. If you're into pro wrestling, all from around the world, me and my boy Ryan talk about wrestling there. You've got DC versus Marvel podcast with Ash and us talking all things comic book, movies, TV, and comic books themselves. And we've got Bollyfools podcast now. When's that going to really be going, Mo?
So it was actually supposed to be aired last week. So we've had some technicalities which have been ironed out. And hopefully in the next week or so, I think we should be live.
So Bollyfools has returned from the ashes. Or is it the burnt masala? I don't know. But yeah. So for another week.
It's your boy Salim.
From Eddie.
And it's Mo.
Peace.
Later. Look at me like that for.
No, I was just going to go into it, but then you actually carried it on, so I thought, okay, cue it off.